Hello dear teachers, public and advisory team. Today we are going to debate the next topic. The world should adopt our plan to significantly combat climate change. The problem that our plan is going to solve is the ineffective town planning from the ecological point of view, which lead at the increasing of carbon emissions. The purpose of our plan is to create a model of an ecological city with a population of 800,000 persons that will inspire all cities and countries to take it over. Town will be distinct because of its ecological houses and transportation, the education of population, alternative energy, recyclation, nanotechnology center, and green police.
We thank affirmative team for arguments, and now our arguments. We think that it's not necessary building an ecological town. We think that this wouldn't minimize the carbon emissions, and the project of this town would be very expensive, approximately $30 billion. The second argument is service of rebuilding normal cars into ecological ones. It's not so accessible. It's just for some people. It's not for everyone. And the third argument is that people have other priorities, like overpassing through the economical crisis, and that's why they don't act, or they're not making some obvious change in their way of living. I mean, ecological way of living. Thank you.
Can education make the problem of global warming a priority for the population?
Education is more like a tool of showing people how to act, but what would lead people to change their way of thinking is the economical point of view. Why do you think people would be motivated to contribute on building a green town, an ecological town?
The people will be motivated because this problem affects their health and affects their children's future.
Thank you.
And now it's my turn. If there are no one solution and they are applied, why are we still discussing the problem of carbon emissions? Because government has another hierarchy of priorities, and the most important things are wars or some economical issues, but the global warming is still not a priority for the government, so that's why these solutions are not well implemented. But if they would be implemented properly, then effects would be more visible. Thank you. And my question is, don't you think that the money invested in building a green town are going to be wasted while the world is facing a big economical crisis?
No, I don't think, because in this town the population will have minimum expenditures, and the country also will have its economical benefits, since it will be a touristic place. This is why the present crisis won't affect this town.
Thank you.
The biggest source of pollution are the cities, and since 51% of the population live in the urban areas, we propose the plan of an ecological city. The green town will act voluntarily to reduce as much as they can the carbon emissions. For example, they will plant trees, they will have ecological houses and cars. They will recycle all of their garbage and other activities. Building the city, a quantity of 83,000 to 142,000 tons of carbon emissions will not be exhausted in the atmosphere. Also, 35,000 cubic meter of house dump goods will be recycled. It will have economical benefits too, not only ecological, because it will be a touristic place. First of all, I'd like to mention that we don't criticize the plan itself, because we believe that the idea of building a green town is generally a good one. But we think that its implementation in the present circumstances is questionable, because saying this I mean two facts. First of all, the Green Town project is going to be an expensive one, and it requires big funds, almost $30 billion. And governments do not have a proper attitude towards global warming, so convincing them to invest in these green towns is going to be very difficult, especially the governments in the developing countries. Also, we think that people are not well prepared to become citizens of this green town. Why? Because they are not well educated to give up their everyday activities like watching TV or taking long showers. They are not prepared to change these activities. They need a big education, and this educational process is going to be a very long one. But I'd like to mention that everything starts from each one's attitude. Every person should understand the importance of having a green life and having green activities. So I'd like to thank you for your attention, and thank you for coming to our debate.